Hello beautiful people, it's Buraola Olalekan here and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. You want to be a better version of yourself. You bought self-help books, you started reading them, taking courses, delving into loads of resources and materials to help you become a better version of yourself. But it's like you can't seem to remember all the things you've learned. It just feels like you've consumed loads of information, content, and you can't readily apply what you've learned, or you are not actually becoming a better version of yourself. In this video, I'm not just going to share with you how to learn, but I'm also going to share with you the practical tips and actionable steps you need to take to become a better version of yourself by what I call focused learning. Now, if that is something you're interested in, you're in the right place. Without much story, let's get into the video. In this day and age, you have access to loads of information, both the one you need and the one you don't need. So before consuming any content or knowledge, ask yourself, what is the problem that I have now that I need a solution to? What is one area of my life that I'm trying to become better at? List out the problems you have, the solutions you need in form of knowledge, so you are more focused in your learning and you're not consuming a truckload of information that have no relevance in your life and you cannot readily apply. Case study, you want to become a better version of yourself. What aspect of your life are you looking to improve? Is it your health, your career, your business, your finances, your academics? List it out. What aspect of that section are you looking to improve on? Let's say you want to improve on your career. You want to acquire more skills that will help you be better at your job and give you an edge in your career journey. Next question. Now, what skills do you need to acquire to be better at your job? List out those skills that you need. If you're not sure of the skills you need, do your research. Who are the top players in this field, industry or career? List out their names, look at them, go to their LinkedIn page. What are the skills they have? Do a Google search. What skills do I need to be excellent at? Insert your job role. Now that you have a list of skills that you need, which of these skills do you need now and can you apply where you are? Let's say communication. You need communication skills to be better at your job, right? Gather books, resources, courses, videos on this particular skill that you want to learn. Search for people who have mastered that skill, who are excellent in that skill. Probably that's the kind of content they create. For example, there is this guy who the content he creates is on communication, how you can speak better. So people like that, you follow them. If they have newsletter, you subscribe to their newsletter. If they have a YouTube channel, you follow their YouTube channel. You consume their content. We have an advantage in the day and age we live in. Once you start consuming a kind of content, the algorithm will recommend to you more of that kind of content. So once you delve into communication and you are committed to learning that skill, honing that skill, consuming content, resources, the materials you can lay your hands on, the algorithm would bring to you on all social media platforms or the social media platforms you use that kind of content. So now you have focused resource to learn from, okay? Now you've just filtered what you need that time and that season. Now that you have access to the content and resources you need, how do you maximize these resources to become a better version of yourself? How do you ensure that you don't just have head knowledge, but practical knowledge and wisdom that you can apply in your field that will help you become a better version of yourself day after day? When you pick up a book to read, invest your time and attention. One thing I like to do is pace myself. Because of the decreased attention span, I train myself to focus reading for 30 minutes. I time myself to undivided attention to that book for 30 minutes. When the timer goes off, I decide if I want to restart the timer for another 30 minutes or take a break to reflect on the information I just consumed. This is very important. Once you've consumed, you've taken in information, you need to take out time to think and process the information that you've just consumed. Think about it. This is something that many people don't do. You just take in a lot of things. You don't process this thought. You don't process this information. You don't check in with your values and you have it somewhere as a mindset, as a way of life, and you're just consuming people's ideologies, people's mindset, people's thoughts, and you're not processing it to filter out what you need from what you don't need. Two ways that I like to reflect on the information that I just consumed. While you are reading, certain things stand out to you, certain things make sense more than some others. You can either highlight that or note it down while you are reading. Or after you've finished reading for the time that you've set, sit back and reflect. this thing that I just learned, this information that I just consumed, write it down in your own words. This thing that stood out to me, this thing that makes more sense to me, how do I understand it? Write it down in your own words. You can either highlight your book and take notes while you are reading, or take notes after a focused time of reading, whichever works for you. This also applies to when you're watching videos, taking courses, and any other form of material that you are consuming. Remember to take notes in your own words, not copying from the book or from the resource. What you are doing is you are processing the information that you've just consumed, and your mind is searching, thinking of ways to apply this in your life and how it makes sense to you. After taking note of what you learned, ask yourself, what will I do differently with the information that I just consumed or with the knowledge that I just acquired? The proof that you've learned something is in your application of that thing. So ask yourself, what will I do differently with this knowledge that I just acquired? Do an inner audit and task yourself to applying something you learned from that 30-minute read. It can be as simple as maintaining eye contact while talking with someone. Start applying it. Let's say you are listening to an audiobook on your way to work. As soon as you arrive at work, start applying what you learned. Maintain eye contact with the first person you meet at your place of work and ensure that you're applying that throughout your day. Constantly apply that. At a point, you are doing it consciously until you start doing it unconsciously. It becomes your subconscious. It becomes your way of life. Then have you learned that thing. Track your progress. As you embark on a journey of personal development, you might begin to raise the bar so high that you get hard on yourself. So track your progress. Journal weekly and track what has changed and how you have become better. In this video, I shared what journaling is, different types of journaling, why you should journal, benefits of journaling, and how to actually journal. So if journaling is a question you have on how you can track your progress, check out this video. Remember to enjoy the process of learning. Don't be too hard on yourself. You are training yourself to learn something. You're training yourself to recall that information. You're training yourself to apply what you learned. So you don't expect that the moment you start it, it works out right. Train yourself. It takes time, it takes process. Enjoy that process and don't be too hard on yourself. I created a guide for you which you can access in the description box if you want to go further with what you've learned in this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. Bye guys, and I'll see you in the next video.